Hey YouTubers, I wanted to share with you something I'm seeing in my life at the moment and to do with my business. I think, maybe some of you are going through this as well. Well, I know some of you will be because I've seen it in a lot of my clients. Now, a couple of things there. If you're working with people and they all have kind of a similar thing going on, you need to see if that's a reflection back at yourself. And I kind of noticed that a lot of my clients they can't work on themselves. So what I mean by that is, say last week I was working with this very good lecturer in the UK, and that person was very good at looking at all her students' problems and resolving them. But when it came, the moment she looked at herself, it's just completely went squiff, like confusion, no chance to look at herself. A couple of weeks ago I worked with a top tech guy, well-known tech guy, lot of money, very successful. But looking at his life, he could look at someone else's business and super value, increase their net worth, bang. But looking at him, just no chance. So I started seeing this, and what I have started to do is look at myself and try and. I remember Eben Pagan, when I studied with him in LA, he would say, try and put yourself up and look at yourself 360. It's an invaluable tool to be able to do. It's super difficult. So I'm looking at my situation, and I'm working a lot on Instagram. So I'm getting a lot of people telling me, she's started to sing. I've a lot of people going, wow, I love your Instagram. And then I got one person who said, oh, it's way too much. I had to stop following you, it was too much. Now that person's quite negative and cynical sometimes, but I respect his opinion, and I like people who tell me their opinion, who just don't say it's good. But let's say it's 10-1. Now, firstly, I got knocked by the one person saying it's no good. So I need to put in place a checklist, and it's a book I'm reading at the moment, The Checklist, about how pilots have such a difficult, complex job to do that they need a checklist. It doesn't matter how intelligent they are, there's just too much. So the checklist stops crashes. It's just incredible, the book. I can't remember who it's by, but The Checklist, pretty good read. And so I had one person say it wasn't good, it knocked me. So I need to be very clear on why I'm doing something. And if I do get someone saying it's not a good strategy, well, I need to make that mistake myself. Do it, say 6 months, set myself a timeline, do it. Don't just do it to that time and then look and go, okay, how's it gone? Don't just start it and then get knocked off track. So I realized that that's something I'm susceptible to. So I put a checklist in and making sure that doesn't happen. And then looking at Instagram, another thing is it's just there's a lot of people who do yoga poses in a nice environment, and that's cool. It obviously works because a lot of people like it, but I think I did it a couple of times and did a yoga pose or a meditation pose, but it's not really congruent with me. And then I thought, shall I do a yoga pose next to the toilet, just to keep it real? And then I thought, okay, probably that's more negative, yeah? So I started to look, why am I using Instagram? And then it made me realize, well, I'm starting to build a brand. Okay, now brands are built on a message, and what's my message? Why am I trying to build a brand? I'm trying to get the brand up there in front of me, but I need to have my message, and I've been writing it on walls in the kitchen and stuff, what's my message, what's my message? Now, sorry, this is a little bit of a rant, but I want to look back in 5-10 years time and go, wow, I remember when I was there. Yeah, it's really important for me. So what is my brand? What is my message? Well, I know internally how good I am at what my job is, and I work with top people and get results. So I'm really clear one-on-one. But when it comes to 1 to 1,000,000 or 1 to 1,000 or 1 to 100, I find it difficult to explain how I'm working or to get the message across. Now that's what I need to work on. The brand will come from me working on that message, and this video is part of that message. It's like, this is where I am now. I'm struggling to explain exactly what I'm doing, and so my brand building is going to be me explaining what I do, and sometimes it's going to be me explaining that I can't explain it. Okay, Gary Vaynerchuk says, document, don't film. I think that's something. So document. So I'm documenting that right now I need to move from a one-on-one basis where I'm really good and I know how good I am, to a one to a large group of people. And Instagram, I realize, is me connecting to a large group of people. Now I'm getting people following me on Instagram, but I'm realizing, I'm like, what's my message? Like, I've got fatherhood's important to me, yeah. So a lot of photos with my little baby girl. Traveling is really important to me, and getting people to understand that mental health is in the dark ages, and mind body is just like dark ages. It's so obvious that emotional pain has a massive causal effect on autoimmune disorders and diseases. So mind body is just absolutely linked for me. Now I need to explain that, and I need to go into that and start saying, well, I don't know exactly how I'm working, and it could be that what I'm talking about it's not real. It's my imagination. But I also have to be strong with the other side, which is there's something that science can't explain. So I have to kind of be open in how I explain. Don't be too binary and like, yeah, it works. Don't criticize what I do. I have to be open that maybe somehow the way I think it's working is not how it's working, right? So just being a little bit more balanced in how I go about and describe things. So with my Instagram, that's made me realize what's my message. So I have a business coach that I'm working with. I'm going to work with her and talk to her about it. She's great at helping me out with that. And the marketing and all those details and stuff will come based on a really strong message that I keep repeating. So it's kind of that's where I am at the moment. Is I've been doing this, like I've spent 25 years working on myself, and I've spent 18 years knowing that there's this energetic underlying code to health and mental well-being, and to the point now where I've really good at resolving other people's stuff. Now I need to take it to the next level and get my message out there, because it's super important. One of my other clients told me yesterday, you should come up, I'd like to help you with your business in the future. And I'm like, yeah, but I need to do that. No one else can do that. It's an internal job. So my business is again helping me to become whole. Yeah. So I'll probably have a foundation in the future, and I'd like to. I think military post-traumatic stress need this work, this method, and I want it to get out there for free. Prisons, I'd like to get this out there and it to be accessible for free online. Kind of decentralized. Anyone can get hold of it and work with it. And just so many people are struggling, and all those people who are depressed or suicidal. When I work with them, usually one session and they're feeling much better. I'm not saying that I clear suicide in one session, but my experience is one session they're like not suicidal anymore. So those are the extremes where this stuff needs to get out there. Okay, so that was me documenting my process in the moment. I'm now going to look at my strategy on Instagram again and remember why I'm doing it, bring it into my highest values and priorities, you know, kind of a bit like DeMartini. Why am I doing this? Get clear on it, re-engage with that, and then whenever I can is do something that gets my message and refines that message again and again, because there's lots of micro messages in the overall message. If you understand what I'm saying, like how do you work on yourself, I'd love to know, seriously, because I'm kind of you know, reading, and I'm trying to learn. My little girl's learned how to speak really loudly now. She doesn't stop talking, so it's all part of the fun of it, right? So I'd love to know how you're doing that, and leave a message below, or even, I don't know if you can DM me, that'd be cool. And I'd love to hear what you're up to, because I think it's a real challenging thing, being able to really get a global view, altitude on your situation, work on yourself. Okay, really good connecting. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for listening to me document something that I'm going through at the moment, and talk to you soon, buddies. Cheers.